Hey everybody, it is Elson932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Married at First Sight Australia. This is week 8, and I say it like that because it's going to be all jumbled together. We have homestays. We go home, we take our spouses home, and see how they blend with our life and family. So before we get into it, please like the video, share and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below because I tell you, I do comment, I do read the comments, I do respond. Thank you so much for those of you who are commenting on all of my videos. And then check it out around here. There are lots of other stuff, and I'm trying to go live more often. So hope I see you here more often as well. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through, yes, the commitment ceremony is done in depth on my live that is previous to this video. So there's nothing really, how can I say, shaky ground other than, let's say, Karina and Paul. You know, Paul said that she's very judgy. He said she's a snob. Okay? Now she feels she can't truly trust him. So now, Paul, again, you're doing something that is not shedding a good light on your wife. Again. Not a good light on you either. Again. First is the boxing match with the door or the wall, whichever story we wish to believe. And then now, here we are, telling all her business. That is a spousal confidence. Next, that was issue is Jamie and Dave. Okay, so Dave now has to pursue Jamie because Jamie's like, I'm tired of you, just not saying you like me. I've said I love you. You're heeing and hawing. Like, I need to get a response. I need you to show me. And so that's where Dave is at. So the next 2 episodes of the homestays, so I'm going to group the homestays together by couple. That's why I said it's a little bit of a hodgepodge. So Jamie and Dave. Jamie is questioning his feelings and has touched a nerve with Dave. He said he has his walls up, okay, in his head, and he's blocked stuff out. He's blocked her out. He brings 2 bouquets for Jamie. He said he's scared when she said, I love you. It was too much going on, a lot for him to take in. But Jamie does not want to go home with him. They are still at the apartments. Everybody else is gone, and they're at the apartments. So they decide to go home. They're, I guess, in the same town, and they stayed at their own home, and they meet up. Dave wanted to reconnect. He said he wants to share the bed, having her around, disappointing. Jamie wishes to go back to the start when everything is wonderful and beautiful. But I have a question. Is that Jamie's home? Is that really Jamie's home? Because in no pictures, it looked very bland. It looked like a very, fully furnished rental with none of my stuff in it. That's what it looked like, Jamie. I'm calling suspect on whether or not this is Jamie's actual home. So we meet with her sister. Her sister said Dave was not honest about the relationship at the family visit. Because remember, they had a family visit before this, and Dave was just, speaking so highly of Jamie and their relationship. So Jamie's like, how will you get there again? He can't answer. He said he wants to show her, Jamie, that he can do this. And Jamie doesn't know how his feelings will progress. And his sister is like, Dave, you're missing the point. Your feelings are not there. If they're not there now, they ain't there. So he has great respect for her, but it's not romantic. Dave says she brings out the best in him. He, is working on expressing romance. Now, put in the comments, how do you like romance expressed to you? Because there's a different thing between love and romance. Romance is the expression, and love is the feeling or just being. So they all agree that he has been a good partner. And it says, sister's like, maybe this is just a great friendship. How about it just a great friendship? So the sister does not want to see Jamie in another relationship where she's given 80% and convincing herself it is a wonderful relationship. Sister, you ain't said a word. We already see it. Jamie just gives so much, and convinces herself it's enough. Whoo, you ain't said a word. Jamie doesn't feel that, he has the want and the need to be with her. She wants the fire. She wants the pizzazz. And he said he is possibly losing her, and it seems like he doesn't care. He will work on his romantic side and try to be her rock. He said she is worth the effort. Well, we will see. We will see. So, we go to Dave's sister's place. Dave takes Jamie to meet his dad, one of the most important people. Remember, his dad has a health scare. That's why he could not come to the wedding. His dad is in good recovery, which is great information. But I'm hopeful that Dave's attitude is better now and that all of this attitude was because he was worried about his dad. I'm hoping that's all it was. But Jamie, you meeting Dave's dad means that he has put you in a very high place. At least I'm hoping that. So Jamie's welcomed into the family. She looked like she fit in. She looked like, hey, we are here. That's the end of my critique of Jamie and Dave's home state. Next up is Paul and Karina. Paul regrets the comments, but his concern is still there. Even though he regrets the comment, his concern that his wife is too judgmental to people is still there. And the experts flipped it on him rather than he didn't keep his wife's confidence, rather than, hey, my concern that she's judgmental and snippy is still there. Y'all, she sits far in the corner of the couch. She says she has to focus on their future. I'm like, why? There's a couch in their house, y'all. I'm like, why? Why are you focusing on the future? What has he shown? So they go to her home. She lives with her parents, remember? And they have to sleep separately. Mama said they are not married under the church. Y'all may be married on TV for Married at First Sight, but what I do know is y'all are not married inside of the church. Y'all, I was distracted the next morning when Karina went to see Paul and she had the dog in the bed. I love my dogs. I love my fur babies. But what you're not going to do, even if I wipe your feet from outside, what you're not going to do is be up on the bed, my white sheets? You got to be kidding me. But if you like it, I got to understand it, not love it. So they have lunch with the family. Karina's mom, says communication, perseverance, and understanding. You gotta forgive. Mama, I understand. I'm with you. You gotta forgive. You gotta forget and keep it pushing. But guess what, Mama? He gotta stop doing stuff that need forgiveness. How about that? Let's start there. Stop doing the foolishness that requires forgiveness. I digress. Jackie and Ryan, y'all buckle up. Buckle up. We are on the roller coaster called Jackian. Jackie and Ryan blended together. Or maybe Reiki. Whichever one you prefer. She says, will he be open to move into her location? He's like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm used to a space for the dog to run, and he has a mortgage. He's like, let's calm down a bit. We go to her home. He said, ooh, can you smell the lifestyle? Ryan, I have to give it to you. That was a great joke. Can you smell? What does the lifestyle smell like, Ryan? What is the aroma of the lifestyle? He said, they should not argue in her domain. He's coming there, And then the minute she goes in, they start arguing about cleaning. Or I should say, Jackie brings up a disagreement about cleaning. Jackie also says she wants to shave his beard off. And you know what? Since he's not open to it, she may do it herself while he's sleeping. Jackie, wrong. That's a violation. That's unwanted touch. Don't do that to the man. That is disrespectful. He wants his beard, he can have a beard. And later on, we see in a dinner party, Adrian tells her, his body, his choice. Good little spin there, Adrian. So she tells him his brain is too small for her to have an intelligent conversation with him. Ryan's like, it's just a beard. And she's like, yeah, it is just a beard, so why can't you shave it? Because he preferred not to. Can he have a preference? It's his beard. So they sit outside, and she's very somber. They're sitting on this little bench. I don't know who thought it was the best place for them to sit and talk, maybe because of the white background of the white fence behind them. He said he didn't come here to argue. She says she didn't care. She didn't come here to listen to his BS. Ryan says her opportunities, are badgering, and she's not open to anything. She's kind of stuck in her ways. And she's like, he's stuck in his ways. He's like, you're playing this victim mentality. She's like, I've never said I'm a victim. I've never implied it. Jack, you kind of like, even if you're not saying you're a victim, you're kind of implying he's a villain. And what does a villain need? A victim. So the next day, Ryan is trying to enjoy the coast with Jackie. He does not get into an argument. Okay, he's like, I'm not going to argue with her. And Jackie's like, Brian's just making this the Ryan show. And she wants him to get flowers for her. Jackie's standing there while the people put the flowers together. And the person says the total. And Jackie's just standing there like, okay, who gonna pay for it? I'm not pulling my purse out, so you might as well pay for it, Ryan. Jackie, that was not subtle. So Ryan does pay for it. He said that he wants to buy her flowers like the apartment. Ryan, now why are you lying? We found out you don't buy the flowers in the apartment. You just told Beth when you had the couple swap last week that Jackie buys those flowers for herself. Or maybe it was that week. Maybe we're not clear. Whew. Ryan says it's difficult to relate to her, and they hug. And he has a blank look on his face while they're hugging, y'all. So in continuing with this couple, we go to Ryan's home. It's an hour and a half away. Jackie walks in and starts reorganizing his house. Oh, no, this should be here. This should not be here. You need to move that into your home office. She is rearranging his entire place verbally. She writes a list on his whiteboard. He has a massive whiteboard. And I know people put that, to have a calendar, or if you want to have, an idea and flush it out, you want to write on a dry erase board. She starts writing a list of all he needs to do, what he needs to donate, how he needs to take care of his dog, what he needs to do to take care of himself. Everything she's writing there. But Ryan, the show is coming. Why didn't you put on clean sheets? Yeah. Why didn't you put on clean sheets when you left? That's a little suspect. Why couldn't you get one of your friends to come in and do that? But he said Jackie's not a 100% in accepting him. And I agree with him with that. He said he'd never walk into someone's home and tell them what to do and how to live. So the next thing they do is they go walk the dog, y'all. Whew. Ryan does not want Jackie letting the dog have a big of a lead. Now, Ryan, I'm with you there. My same sentiments with my dogs, too. I need to have them close and not have too much of a lead where they can get into shenanigans. So he asks her to respect his rules for his dog. She says, yeah, I want to spoil the dog. Just let the dog lead. Look how happy she is. Ryan's like, she is here to see if she can fit into his life, not change it to fit her. Now, I agree with that just a little bit, Ryan. Just a little bit. Yes, it is to see how she could fit in, but there's also some adjustments that would need to be made to accept her into your life fully. So they meet Ryan's friends and go out, and y'all, that's where the fireworks is, and I want y'all to go see that scene because it is whoa. His friends went in on Jackie about the confession letter, where she said she's worried about the financial future, that she may be the primary breadwinner, that he ain't making enough money, he got an unstable job. They're like, do you know this man? He bought this house before he was 30. Do you know him? Have you tried to get to know him? The only thing I would say with Ryan is Ryan did not stop his friends from going real hard at Jackie. He did not stop them. That was my only concern. That when they were yelling, he didn't say, whoa, 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 let's bring the volume down. Athena and Adrian. Adrian will not meet her son. Thank you so much, Athena. Great decision. I don't think you're staying with him anyway. I think Adrian here for a fun time, not a long time. And I think you have finally come to that realization. And you've said that to your sister too, based on how she behaves. So Athena feels it's too soon. He says her sister should be nervous because he ain't nervous. They go to her home. Beautiful. Athena, that home, yours. I saw the pictures of your kid and all kinds of other stuff, so I know it's yours. And you start baking. Mama is home. Athena said, Mama is home. It was so wonderful to see you in your element, Athena. Wonderful. So she is like, trying to start baking, showing him around, and she's so happy that she's home. He don't like her place. He is very critical about everything in his face. And what's this? Why is this here? He and Jackie were almost the same, but Jackie to the nth degree. So they argue about how her sister behaved in the family meet and greet. He is upset. He's going to ask her sister for an apology. He says her sister Claire was the problem. Claire, the same Claire that had, Athena's back when Adrian, your two sisters and your best friend, the lady with the red hair, came at her. Came at her because of you, and you didn't do anything to stop it. So they meet her family, the mom and the sister. The sister says she's filled with negative emotions and it feels like a fake relationship. Claire, tell it. Clear the air, Claire. Clear the air. Tell them exactly how you feel about Adrian and this relationship, because it feels like a fake relationship. Let us know. Let us know, Claire. Clear it up. She said that Adrian will not be there when it all ends. Adrian's like, I haven't heard you say a single thing positive about our relationship. It's hard when you're sharing information and running to people, telling them problems. Like, let's say it this way, folks. When you're sharing a problem with your spouse or significant other, with a friend or family member, all they hear is the hardship. All they hear is the hard time you're going through. When y'all work that out, do you go back to them and say you worked it out? No, usually not the case. So they're sitting there still mad on your behalf. So here they are carrying your luggage, and you didn't tell them it's time to put it down. So they're carrying the resentment. Meanwhile, you're going happy-go-lucky. So the hard part is Athena sharing with her sister the hard times when she was crying and all of that. But she has not shared with her sister that we good. What they did to be good. And that the sister should be back in happy mode. So the sister and Adrian go back and forth about moving. The sister's like, are you going to move here? He's like, no. We can have a long-distance relationship where your sister can move there. So Claire's Athena's sister. She's like, my nephew's life is here. The family's here. He's like, yeah, he can move over there. He charmed the mom, but his sister is not convinced. The sister asked mom and Athena, could you all go inside so I can have a little chat with Adrian? The sister was very calm. She was very calm, so a message got across. He was trying to poke at her to get her to unravel again, but Claire kept it together. She said she felt he dismissed her feelings, meaning Athena's feelings, and he's only seeing his side. And she laid down the line of all line, y'all. Claire, Athena's sister, laid down a line. She said, Adrian is a chapter in Athena's life, not the ending, because he is not her person. You better tell him, Claire. You better tell him. So Adrian charmed the mama, y'all. And they said they're going to do long distance for a while. In what universe? Please. Beth and TJ, this is her first time bringing a guy home. Remember, Beth has not had a relationship before. So he blends well with her family. Her best friend comes over. He's considerate. He knows how to act. He knows how to behave around people in public. So, TJ says this has all been emotionally overwhelming. He's asked a tough question. Will Beth's heart be broken? He's like, I don't know. Beth's friend points out, you keep saying it's a friendship, TJ. You keep saying friendship. So, yeah, what is it? Because, this is a lot to just be friends. So when Beth and her friend go talk, she says TJ is saying what he can do and say to make it look good. But here's what's confusing Beth. Before they left for the home stage, remember the last commitment ceremony, TJ said he needs to be emotionally connected before he can connect intimately. Since then, he has been intimate with Beth. And Beth now thinks, because of that, he is more connected with her. It stands to reason because that's what he said. And he's like, he ain't no more connected. She says she's confused because he initiated intimacy and it's supposed to mean he cares. He makes her feel good. And I'm like, Claire, it may be kindness and courtesy, not really deep feelings. So we need to see. Claire is the first person to be kind to you, first man or whatever, is this where you're having deep feelings. So y'all, we don't go to TJ's home. I want to know why. We don't. We know why we didn't go to Dave's home. We know why we didn't go to Adrian's home because it's too far. But we don't go to TJ's home. And we meet his friends in a restaurant, and TJ says, will the connection flourish outside? He don't know. She says she's in a situation that she loathed, where she cares for a partner that has no feelings for her. TJ said he cannot see it changing in 2 weeks for the better, but now is not the right time to talk about it. But he is not completely comfortable. Ryan, Jeff, y'all, they boring as ever. Boring as ever. She has been to his place before. We know that of their whirlwind romance. He gives her a key to his house. He just pulls the key out of the pocket and hands it to her. This is how I know y'all playing. Y'all playing. Either he changed the lock and that's the old key, or he about to change the locks, because I don't believe Jeff and Rye are going to stay together. Okay? He could at least wrap it up, put it in a little gift box, and give it to her as a gift. There's no romance with these two. It's just we roommates. I like you, you like me. That's how it's feeling. Like, we good, we cool. So that's the end of the homestays. So the next episode is the dinner party. Ting, ting, ting. Dinner is served. There was a waiter in a previous season. That's how he said it. And it has stuck with me for the longest time. Y'all arriving to the dinner party separately are Jackie and Ryan. We're not surprised. Dave has been buying gifts though for Jamie, and I hope he's truly sorry and doesn't think that buying gifts is going to get him forgiven for all things in the future. Dave, I hope you don't think this gift giving is all you need to do. So Jackie comes in first. Okay, Jackie and Ryan arrive separately. She tells the group that his friends yelled at her about the letter task. She did not say he couldn't provide for a family. And Jeff is like, wait a minute, I was there. I was your trial spouse. I disagree. She's like, I never said that. The group tells her that her letter was harsh. Ryan comes in, and Jackie wanted him to apologize. She just corners him at the, cocktail table. Ryan says it's a shame things crashed and burned like they did. She kept pushing for an apology, y'all. And Ryan was about to say something, and we got the ding, ding, ding. Dinner is served. Ryan is checked out, y'all. Jackie asked Ryan, can we go for a chat? He's like, no. None of it's going to be you asking me for an apology or demanding it. She said she's going to take him aside to teach him a lesson. Ryan tells the group, y'all, I'm going to get this off my chest. And brings up all the issues that she mentioned. His beard, how she going to shave it off of him at night. That's where Adrian says, his body, his choice. Then how he has a small brain. That she wants to rearrange his house. Tell him how to raise his dog. Write all over his whiteboard. Jackie denies it all. And I'm like, Jackie, girl, it's on tape. We could all see it. It's on tape. But the group don't believe Jackie, because already she discredited herself with Jeff. Jeff knew what she wrote in the letter, and she tried to lie about it. Jackie says and feels like she was verbally abused by Ryan's friends. Now, we could take it as we see it. I do believe they were a little too rambunctious with her, having their friends back. But I don't think it's on that level, but I cannot speak for her. If that's how she feels, that's how Jackie feels. Now, Ryan could have protected his wife and said, hey, don't yell at my wife, please. So Jamie tells Jackie that she needs to take some responsibility. We hear all that Ryan has done wrong. We never hear what you have done wrong or could do better. That didn't go over very well. Not at all. So Jackie says, is it wrong because I'm just too honest? And I'm like, what? It's not that you're too honest, Jackie. It's that you're digging into this man and his character. She can't tell that what she said was mean. She's like, I didn't say anything mean. What did I say was mean? But she says she could own up to something. Y'all, she could own up to something. And what Jackie could own up to is not walking the dog the way Ryan wants. And all the friends, all the people at the table like, come on, Jackie. Come on, that's low-hanging fruit. They're just grown. Later, she realizes her letter could have hurt him. But it was not mean. It was just some hard truths. So they do chat. They do go to the side on the couches and chat. She's trying to get him to admit that his friends were bad. Jackie says, "Why don't you want to be someone great?" That was a dig, Jackie. That was a serious dig. Ryan says, "You are hypercritical, judgmental, and insensitive." You better preach, Ryan. Ryan, why am I agreeing? See, Jackie, this is my problem with you. You have me agreeing with Ryan. Ryan just wants to be accepted for who he is. Jackie says she does accept him. He's like, "It's fine. You don't like me for who I am, and that's okay." He said her influence is destructive, and it's not what a relationship is. Now, I wouldn't say it's destructive, but it's certainly tearing him down. Ryan, I don't think you deserve this. This is quite mean, but I understand what you're trying to say. So Jackie's like, "You came here to learn," and she's everything that he asked for. He said he cannot salvage this, and he is exhausted. And when we tired, people, you know we are tired. We ain't want to do nothing like that. So Jackie feels like he has driven her away. She does apologize, y'all. She does apologize. But she says she doesn't lose people. People lose her. Is the arrogance for me? Jackie has, I guess, great self-esteem, but it's the arrogance of people don't leave me, I leave them. Y'all, to wrap up the night, Beth tells how disappointed she is that TJ does not see them progressing in a relationship outside the experiment. TJ said it needs to change. Beth admits that she is embarrassed, and he admits that initiating was confusing to her. He admits that was confusing and mixed signals, and that she would have felt like they were building a deeper connection. So, y'all, they kind of end amicably, TJ and Beth. They hug it out. They go back at the table. But while they were going back and forth, TJ was saying, "Darling, darling, darling." And the group made up a cute little drinking game. Every time TJ does "darling," we're going to take a sip. Y'all, even the experts got involved in it. And they were like, Alejandra said, "That was about $42. I was like, we are wasted up in here if it's 42 sips. I'm hoping it's like little sips. I hope y'all paced yourselves and could actually get home. Luckily, everybody got designated drivers. Y'all, that is the end of my weekly recap for Married at First Sight Australia. I hope you would take a moment and watch the live or join the live that's coming up for this week, which I'm hosting with Little Black Book 91, and hopefully Life is Reality can join us again. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.